10 facts you didn't know about Michael Jackson. Did you know that Michael Jackson manifested his dreams using nature? Ever since Michael was a little boy, he would make a wish and stretch his arms as if he were sending his thoughts right up into space. And then he'd dive into water. He strongly believed in wishes and one's ability to make a wish come true.
I want to do things that's never been done before. I want to be able to translate my music to different countries: Africa, Japan, New Zealand, Scotland, all the way to Australia.
Whenever he saw a sunset, Michael would quietly make a secret wish just right before the sun tucked under the western horizon and disappeared. It would seem as though the sun had taken his wish and hid it. Number 2. Michael wanted 13 children. Yes, you heard that right.
Would you like to have a big family like that?
Yes,
You would?
very big.
Very
Probably
big.
twice that size.
You want to have 18 kids?
Yeah, I'm serious, really.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, well, hey, good luck to you.
Michael Jackson always thought of having a nice big family with 13 children. He wanted a large family of his own since he grew up in one, being the 8th out of 10 in the Jackson family. Michael was known to be a child at heart and had a deep affection for kids. He often spoke about the importance of childhood and the need to protect and nurture children. Although he didn't achieve his goal of having 13 kids, Michael had 3 children: Prince, Paris, and Blanket. Number 3. Michael's strong comeback versus the Grammy. In 1979, during the Grammy Awards, Off the Wall, Michael's recent album at that time, got only 1 nomination for Best Vocal Performance. When he got the news, he was deeply hurt and sad knowing the amount of work he put into creating the album, despite the album winning the category for which it was nominated. But then Michael suddenly became excited thinking about his next album to come. And he said, "Wait until next time. They won't be able to ignore my next album."
I came in angry. I wanted the best. I look in the mirror, I said, biggest selling album of all time.
The next album was going to be Thriller album. Michael went on to win 8 Grammy Awards in one night, the most by a solo artist in history. Number 4. The gangs in Beat It were actual gangsters. Michael Jackson, being a perfectionist and known for authenticity, wanted the making of Beat It to be real and serious. So the idea was to use actual gangsters, and they were one of the toughest gangs in Los Angeles. At first, they were intimidating to him, and so there were security around ready for anything that could go wrong. Surprisingly, nothing went wrong, and the gang members were mostly humble, sweet, and kind. Michael later found out that these gang members sometimes acted tough simply because they wanted to be seen, recognized, and respected. Number 5. Not My Lover was a title almost used for Billie Jean. Quincy Jones, Michael's producer, had objections to calling the song Billie Jean. He felt people might immediately think of Billie Jean King, the tennis player. Number 6. Michael made wearing white socks super cool again. Michael never thought wearing white socks was a big deal or it was going to catch on. In fact, during his time, it was seen as something extremely square and conservative. But he never stopped wearing them, ever. And so, his brothers would call him a dip, but Michael never cared. In fact, Michael kept getting tickled and amused when he discovered that the white socks must have caught on just to spite Jermaine. Michael's attitude was, if fashion says it's weird, I'm going to do it. Number 7. The Pepsi fire incident was due to carelessness. While Michael and his crew were shooting for the Pepsi commercial at night, he was supposed to come down a staircase with magnesium flash bombs that would go off on either side of him, just behind him. Only later did Michael find out that these bombs were 2 feet away from either side of his head, which was totally against the safety rules and regulations. So Bob Giraldi, the director, came to Michael and said, "Michael, you're going down too early. We want to see you up there, on the stairs. When the lights come on, we want to reveal that you're there. So wait." So Michael waited. The bombs went off on either side of his head, and the sparks set his hair on fire. But Michael was dancing down the ramp and spinning, not knowing his hair had caught fire. Not until he felt hands on him attempting to smother the flames. People were yelling, and Michael was placed in an ambulance. When they got to the health facility, there were news crew outside waiting to report. So Michael asked for his glove, which he put on and was waving from the stretcher. Michael had a third-degree burn on the back of his head that almost went through to his skull. He was given $1.5 million by Pepsi as compensation, but he donated it to the Michael Jackson Burn Center. Number 8. Michael never had a girlfriend in school. Michael never had a girlfriend when he was in school. There were girls he thought were cute, but he found it so difficult to approach them. He was very shy and easily embarrassed. He did had a crush on one of his friends, but he never told her because he was very shy and easily embarrassed. Number 9. Michael's first love was Tatum O'Neal.
Did you have many girlfriends through your adolescence?
Not a lot. I did. My first girlfriend, who I really loved a lot, was Tatum O'Neal.
And was it a typically romantic adolescent love affair?
Yeah, it was. But I don't think I was ready for some of the things he was talking about.
They met at a club in Sunset Strip called On the Rocks. On their first date, they went to a party at Hugh Hefner's Playboy Mansion. During that night, she held Michael's hand for the first time, and it meant a great deal to Michael.
I dealt with it when she came up to me in a club. We were in a club. She put her hand on my anything.
They eventually fell in love and were together for a long time. She was his first love, besides Diana Ross. Number 10. We Are the World was inspired by Africa. We Are the World was cut early in 1985. Lionel Richie and Michael Coe wrote the song, but the big inspiration behind it was Africa. Michael asked Janet to follow him to a room that had interesting acoustics and hummed the rhythm to her. He asked her, "Janet, what do you see? What do you see when you hear the sound?" And she said, "This time, I see dying children in Africa." That was where We Are the World came from. Number 11. Michael Jackson's This Is It outfit for Wanna Be Startin' Something was inspired by the Light Men intro sequence. This outfit was made of 300,000 Swarovski crystals woven throughout the jacket and pants, and also included a pair of shoes, spats, and sunglasses. The shoulders were a last-minute decision and were Michael's idea. This is the end of today's video. Michael Jackson was an enigmatic figure, filled with talent, passion, and an unparalleled dedication to his craft. Through his music, he touched the hearts of millions and left an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content.